Welcome, Aries, to your love reading for the week of May 14th to the 17th of 2020. Now, I know this is in the middle of the week, but sometimes I get the inspiration to start doing some readings. And if I ask that question and the answer is yes, I'll go ahead with it. So, we're going to look into what's going on with you for the next few days. And this is with your love life. So, I have different positions, and we have here the overall energy between you and your love interest or partner is the Three of Swords, and usually that's being heartbroken or separated from some kind of disappointment. Now, there could be, we have a pandemic going on to some degree, not the huge degree that I feel that is being portrayed as, but this is like being self-isolated from one another, or being separated temporarily or permanently. For some of you out there, it's almost like for some, you may be attracted to a friend or they're attracted to you in some way, because right next to the Three of Swords is your emotions, and it comes out with another person. And when that happens like that, that means someone else is in your energy. And as I choose the decks that speak to me at the time. So this particular energy is like the person is looking away from you and you're thinking about that person. Now, this is a water sign, the King of Cups, or chalices in this deck, and that is someone, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. It's a water sign. It doesn't have to be. It could be their moon, rising, or ascendant sign, and that's someone that you might be thinking about. They're coming out upright, so it's like a positive energy, someone that you might be thinking about in a positive way. Not like right here, though, even though they're coming out in that way, the advice, now I jumped, but the advice is almost like to be aware of connecting with somebody right now that's not willing to communicate or really open up to you right now. So that's your emotions with that person. You're thinking about someone. Now, what they bring towards you is a lack of communication. They're not communicating or really opening up. And this might be like if you send something out, it might be a text or email, they might not respond, or they're just cutting off things, and they may have blocked you, or vice versa. It could be going on that way. And what you bring towards them, or your response, is judgment in reverse. And that's often the energy is kind of being stuck in limbo, where you may be indecisive about what's going on. If something is being called for you to make some changes, or for you to either move on or open up to this person or wait, there's like a energy of you not being sure of what to actually do. So it's kind of being stuck in limbo, so to speak. That's what I feel. And that's why your advice is the Nine of Wands. And that was the energy of it's like you might be feeling a bit wary about this, like you don't really trust someone and you're not sure of what to do. So that's the energy of just being aware of how you might be feeling. Don't push those feelings aside, because they are what they are. And that's when ultimately you feel like you can't trust someone right away, and they have to earn it. If they disappointed you before, and even if they have made some changes and they might be coming out positively right now, they may have disappointed you before. So it's telling you to be aware of that, and don't just jump into an older relationship and hold on to the past, because you may fear of being on your own, or you may feel like you might be heartbroken indefinitely for some. Now, the Ten of Wands is the energy of the outcome, so that's often a bit of stress. Might be holding on to things either physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. Sometimes it's like working a lot and kind of burning yourself out to just distract yourself from the emotional attachment that you might have to whoever it might be, whoever this person is. Now, the other cards, oracle cards that I pull for you, we have the focus is money. We have young woman. So I feel like for some of you who are the female, or you might be, it could be always flipped around. I looked at things in a spiritual way. A lot of times we see, say, a male energy who might be homosexual, or female that might be homosexual. It can come out in the cards. They could be a male in this life but a female energy spiritually. We can choose to have different bodies, but that might not be very evident in the physical life, because people might not come out about that or say what that might be. So that's for some of you who relate to that energy. But the young woman is someone who is a bit financially, sometimes destructive at times. They're flirtatious. They like to have the good things. They like to feel like they're in paradise in the human realm. At times it can be paradise, but sometimes it's financially being driven in that way, or very flirtatious and not sure what to do. So cheerfulness is the energy of having fun. Maybe you're doing that and you're flirting. Maybe some of you aren't sure you want to settle down, or maybe you're attracted to somebody, but that person wants to just party and have fun. And we have a widower. That's the. Now I was only going to pull 2 cards for from the oracle deck, but these all popped out at the same time. So when that happens, it's most likely relates to a lot of you out there this week. And letter is sometimes sending somebody a letter, wanting a letter, or waiting for something to come back in response to maybe some kind of forward moving progress with maybe a plan or something that you might have for this person, or just like waiting on something, because it's right next to widower. So it's like wanting something to come from someone and they might not be sending it. And we have friend there, so that's like being attracted to maybe an ex-partner or a love interest that it didn't work out between you and that person. So it's kind of it's like being unsure or uncertain about your feelings with that person. So the energy of playfulness, it says to recapture, and that's funny, I almost had a blink right there. So that's how some of you might be feeling as you experience the connection with this person. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, and that's often having a good time, doing your best to be happy with your circumstances, and trying to make the best of it, and seeing what you can reel in through your own desire to be happy and really feel good about life itself, or whatever experience you might be going through. There's always a positive way you can look at things, and even if it might be irritating or frustrating to you. So that is going to be a reading for the next few days. Wish you the best. You can always get a private or personal reading for your current love life situation, whether in a relationship or seeking out someone, or being open to. I don't say seek out a romantic partner, but you can always be open to a connection with someone. So that's going to be a reading for the week. Much love and much light, and do enjoy.